Hello again. It's Paul with New Jersey Recovery and Wellness. September is National Recovery Month, and each and every single day we're going to be offering tips on how to support someone you know and love who has a substance use disorder or is in early recovery. Thank you for tuning in to day 3 of our 30-part series. Number 3, go to a self-help meeting. Whenever I offer this suggestion, I tend to get a little bit of a pause and maybe a little bit of pushback. It's something I've always kind of scratched my head about. So people come to counseling, whether it's to me in a private practice setting or through some of my various roles in the past, and talk about all of these deep desires to want to help support their loved one who may be struggling or maybe doesn't see that their substance use is a problem. And there's 3 very, very common suggestions I would offer to any family member. Number 1 is make the home a substance-free environment, which is what we covered yesterday in part 2. Don't use yourself in front of or around the individual in recovery, which is part of creating the safe environment. And then go to a self-help meeting. Despite the frequency of offering these suggestions, I find myself continually surprised at how difficult it can be for family members to go to a meeting to get support for themselves. The first reason why we offer these suggestions is going to a self-help meeting is a great way to get support for you. Now, a lot of family members may ask, well, I'm not the one that has the problem. Why do I need support? Absolutely, you need support. For family members that are involved with a person that has a substance use disorder, family members are impacted in a lot of different ways. There can be a lot of built up grief, a lot of built up anger and resentment. And more often than not, family members don't have an outlet to process these emotions and how these emotions impact their day-to-day lives with the individual that has a substance use disorder. It can be really, really difficult to get vulnerable and dig down deep to talk about these things openly. Some people may seek out counseling. Others may go to a support group. There's a variety of different support groups that are out there. I often suggest that people check out a couple of different ones, see what fits the most. Find the takeaway message that resonates best with you and your family situation. So there may be an example of Al-Anon, which is Alcoholics Anonymous, Nar-Anon for Narcotics Anonymous. These are 12-step based programs that accompany programs that are designed similarly for the individual that has a substance use disorder, such as AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, or NA, Narcotics Anonymous. There's also other types of meetings. Most notably, there's another meeting called Smart Recovery. Smart Recovery has a family and friends meeting as well. All of these meetings that we've talked about thus far do have in-person meetings. And of course, because of the situation that we're in right now with the coronavirus pandemic, they do offer online meetings. It can be easily found on websites, which will be listed in the description below. Another immense benefit of going to a self-help meeting is the fact that it helps the individual end isolation. Again, for anyone that's involved with a substance use disorder or with a person who has a substance use disorder, what makes the addiction drive deeper is the fact that we are isolating and separating. This is how the person with the substance use disorder is able to continue their use, by keeping it secret, by hiding it. Family members may experience the same thing when it comes to their experiences of guilt, experiences of shame, maybe avoiding some of the stigma that's attached to identifying having a loved one with a substance use disorder. We learn that it's not okay to talk about it. It is okay to talk about it. And we want to make sure that you can get to a place where you feel safe talking about it. That may be in counseling. However, it may be more accessible to go to a peer support meeting. Going to a self-help meeting also offers you an opportunity to get educated on what addiction is and how addiction affects family members. More often than not, people that do attend find a meeting that resonates with them and continue attending that particular meeting. You're going to be able to find that you have a lot more in common with people than you think. This can be such relief when, for assumably a period of time, a person may have been taking on this burden completely themselves. This is a wonderful opportunity to connect with others, to be able to get vulnerable and talk about very, very intimate and personal experiences, and learn from other people about strategies that have been successful for them in the past, as well as just other ways that they've been able to cope with what's going on in their own families. And finally, through supporting yourself, you are supporting your loved one. Think about the analogy of being in an airplane and the cabin pressure destabilizes. The oxygen masks are going to drop from the ceiling. What do you do first? You're instructed to put on your mask and secure it to make sure that you are okay before you're able to provide effective help for other people in your party. We have to do this in our day-to-day life as well. Going to a support meeting is putting on your oxygen mask so that you can be well and stay well to be present for the individuals that you care for who may be struggling and may not know what to do with their oxygen mask. Thanks for checking out Day 3 of National Recovery Month. As I mentioned before, I'm going to be putting in links in the description below for how to access self-help support meetings for Al-Anon, Nar-Anon, and Smart Recovery. If you liked what you saw, please give a thumbs up, like and subscribe to this video, and of course, continue sharing this video and any of the other videos in this series to help support other people who you think may benefit from this information. Thanks again. I'll check you out next time.